The film starts while showing the lady reporter. She is reporting of a murder with one of the cameramen. But they are killed after being attacked by the mysterious-faced person. Then a flashback is shown of 3 days ago. Here a few friends are shown who are going to forest for camping. The boy's name is Chad, while girl is Allison. While the others are their friends, they meet 2 villagers named Tucker and Dale on the way. And they are bosom friends. They go ahead while crossing their car. These villagers are from the mountain in the wild area, and they live far from the citizens. They had taken a cabin in the forest to spend their holidays. And they both, Tucker and Dale, are going to repair it. Their cabin was damaged, an old one, but it was not a child play to buy that cabin. All friends stop at a gas station on the way, and they again encounter Tucker and Dale there. Dale starts taking interest in Allison, but Dale was not getting courage to talk Allison because she was a citizen. But Dale's friend, Tucker, sends him to Allison while encouraging him, saying hello. On his part, all are scared, because those friends were estimating them, looking at their appearance. It means that they were suspecting them, but they were taking them the wild and ignorant villagers. So they don't stop and leave from there. Tucker and Dale also move ahead to their cabin. Tucker and Dale are stopped by the police officer. When police officers come to know that they have purchased a cabin, then he warns him, saying that it is a demonic area where the number of evils reside there. So it is fruitful for you to not go there. But they both enter their cabin, ignoring police officer. There were many mysterious things are being looked at, as the newspaper had been clipped on the wall and the other things as such. But they both also ignore as such things, and they are kept busy in their work, as they begin to repair the cabin. On the other side, all other friends had reached the forest and they camp there. Chad tells them about Memorial Day massacre, which had occurred in the same forest 20 years ago. He tells that the villagers killed all those who came here for camping. And those villagers had committed it for their pleasure, and there was only a lady survivor among them. Hearing the story of Chad, those friends are more scared, because they had never thought good for the villagers. After this, they all go for swimming in the lake. Dale and Tucker had also come there for fishing at a distance. Tucker and Dale notice Allison, who is standing on a big rock. But Allison catches the sight of them. Seeing them, Allison is frightened after being confused. Consequently, she slips into the water. When Allison does not come out of the water for a long time, Tucker and Dale go into the water to rescue her. They bring unconscious Allison outside and lie her on the boat while bringing. Allison's friends were also witnessing all, and those friends were thinking as their friend, Allison, has been caught by Tucker and Dale. They all flee instead of helping in rescuing their friend Allison. When Tucker and Dale observe that Allison's remaining friends have gone, so they bring Allison into their cabin. In the following day, Allison witnesses Dale as she restores her senses. So she is afraid, but Allison gradually realizes this: those people are not evil but are the virtuous and great supporter. Contrarily, Allison's friends were planning to rescue her. Chad was not willing to call police there, but one of their friends leave in order call police. They all friends also come close to their cabin, and they decide to send their one male partner inside the cabin to discover. Then, Tucker is shown who is cutting a tree using a chainsaw, but Tucker was unaware about the hive of bees there. That hive of bees is damaged because of Tucker's chainsaw, and the bees come after Tucker. Tucker swirls his chainsaw in order to avoid bees. Witnessing him, all friends are scared, because they were thinking that Tucker has gone insane, and he will kill them while pursuing them with chainsaw. So they run away to the forest to save their lives. Tucker is also fled in that direction to avoid bees. One friend is running exactly before him. He thinks as Tucker is coming to him, holding a chainsaw. But Tucker crosses him while running. As a result, that boy understands that Tucker was not chasing him with the aim to kill him. But that boy crashes with a thick stem of a tree, and that stem pierces him. Meantime, his all friends also come around his dead body. Witnessing their friend's such condition, Chad suggests that we will have to kill those 2 villagers if we want to remain alive. Otherwise, we will be victimized by them. On the opposite side, Tucker returns to the cabin, and his face was distorted as being stung by bees. Tucker tells Allison that I have witnessed of your friends outside. Knowing it, Allison goes outside in search of her friends. But Dale asks her to have rest, forbidding her to go outside, saying it that she is not well right now. And Dale himself along with Tucker goes outside in search of her friends. All friends hide themselves as Tucker and Dale come outside. Dale leaves a message there in order to support them. Dale had stated in the message that your friend is in our possession. and those friends misunderstand the message. Those friends again come nearer the cabin. They observe that Tucker and Dale are digging, and Allison is also helping them in this digging. Here those friends understand that they are making Allison to dig her own grave. All those friends attack them separately. Allison's one of the friends is coming to attack Dale, holding a wooden piece. But Allison loses her consciousness because of being hit by shovel. When Allison's friends is advancing towards Dale, subsequently, Dale retreats, and that wooden object becomes lodged in the body of Allison's friend. And he loses his life. Then one more friend also attacks Tucker, but he directly falls into a wood chipper. Wood chipper dismembers his half body. Tucker tries to assist him, seeing his condition. But those friends also misinterpret it. They think as their friend has been ended by Tucker. Tucker and Dale were thinking these friends have come into the forest, so that they may commit suicide one by one and dies. But they could not call police here, because they could also come under the police's allegation. They could be seized in spite of their innocence. Tucker and Dale are taking the half of the body of their friends from the wood chipper. But one of Allison's friends reached there, taking police. Those friends had reported against Tucker and Dale that they have ended our friends. They both reveal the truth to the police, but their said words were incredible. Then Dale tells their one of the friends is lying senseless in our cabin. Knowing it, that police officer goes inside the cabin. Their police officer places his hand on the broken wooden pillar. As a result, all nails are pierced into his head, but he immediately comes to his vehicle at the exact time. But he dies before sending any message through radio transmission. They all are more terrified, seeing him dying in his worst condition. Because they were blaming them behind the death of police officer. Getting a chance, one of their friends grabs the police's gun. But he did not know to pull the trigger of the gun, so he accidentally fires his gun on himself. Then Chad is nearly to end Tucker and Dale taking the gun. Then they hurriedly run to their cabin. Catching their dog, Chad says that I will kill it. Then Dale diverts Chad's attention towards something. Then Tucker saves the life of his dog. Tucker himself is enslaved while he releases the dog. Chad seizes him. Going into the forest, he hangs him upside down. He cuts 2 of his fingers of Tucker, and he sends them to Dale. Dale goes to the forest in order to rescue Tucker. And he surely finds Tucker there. On the other side, Chad and his female friend move to the cabin to rescue Allison. Allison reveals to Chad that Tucker and Dale are virtuous people and they have helped me a lot. They are not evil-minded. But Allison's friends were not ready to trust in her. Contrarily, they say to her that you are favoring killers. Meanwhile, Tucker and Dale are also reached there. Allison says, we should consult calmly. Then Dale and Chad talk with each other while confronting. Chad tells that the last survivor, Memorial Day Massacre, she was not anyone else but my mother. He says, my grandmother told me that my father had been killed by these villagers. Allison's 2 friends come there when they are still talking. And one friend attacks his one female friend while attacking Tucker. Then the place is set on fire. And a male friend is burnt to die. There was fuel in bulk in that cabin. So Tucker and Dale come outside, taking Allison from there. Meantime, the cabin is exploded. They think that their all friends have met their fate. But half-burnt, Chad comes outside. In spite of this, he did not die but he survived. They begin to drive away in order to protect themselves from him. But their car is crashed with a tree. Tucker tells Dale as he restores his consciousness that Chad has gone, taking Allison from here. So Dale pursues them and their dog helps them out to reach there. Chad has brought Allison into an old sawmill. Tying her up there, he was attempting to seduce her. Meanwhile, Dale also approaches there. Witnessing him, Chad turns on the wood chipper. That wood chipper was continuously cutting a wood, and Allison was tied up on that wood. Dale struggles to help Allison, but Chad forbids him of doing so. But Dale releases Allison. Escaping from Chad, they come upstairs room, and they lock the room. They get a newspaper in that room, which had the detailed information about the Memorial Day Massacre. They come to know that Chad's father was not killed in massacre, but a villager has killed his mother and that villager was Chad's father, not anyone else. It indicates that his father ended his mother. Then Chad enters the room while breaking the door. They show Chad a newspaper, and they tell him, you are also a villager, and the told story by your grandmother is totally fake. But Chad does also not believe on the newspaper, and he attacks them one more time. But Dale throws a liquid on Chad, which used to causes allergic for Chad, and he falls down. They were thinking as, Dale, is dead, and they also call police there. Coming there, police discovers that those friends have committed suicide, and the killer has also been dead. A cameraman and reporter go there for reporting. They were the same reporter and cameraman shown at the start of the movie. And the mysterious attacker was no one else but Chad. He was still alive. Tucker, who was admitted in the hospital, and the doctors had fixed the 2 fingers with his hand. Dale and Allison go out for a walk, and they propose each other for marriage there. Here the movie completes with the good conclusion. Thanks for watching.